University Gym was the site for the first matchup of the year in any sport between Indiana and Purdue. Purdue came in as the favorite, posting a number 19 ranking, while the Hoosiers were looking to build off their momentum gained by finishing second in the TIS Bookstore tournament. Courtney Cronin has more.
For the second night in a row, the IU women's volleyball team suffered a loss to a top 20 team in the country. On Saturday night, the IU Hoosiers took on the Purdue Boilermakers in a 3-2 loss here in Bloomington.
We took Purdue to 5. It wasn't good enough. We didn't come out with a victory, but I think next time around we'll get them for sure.
Sure, it's hard, but I went in the locker room afterwards, and all I can ask them to do is play as hard as they can. And I felt like they gave it all they had tonight. So if they can look in the mirror and say that, we'll take the loss and we'll keep getting better and we'll get that win eventually.
Senior Erica Short led the Hoosiers with 11 kills and 5 digs, and although the team had higher overall scoring statistics than the Boilermakers, Purdue was still able to pull off a win in 5 sets.
She's one of the best players in the country, so they're going to put a double block on her, and those kids are big, so it's a lot tougher for her to get kills in the Big Ten than it was outside of the Big Ten. But I thought she stayed aggressive, and I thought she did some good leadership things tonight.
At the University Gym, I'm Courtney Cronin, Hoosier Sports Night.
The girls on the volleyball team have made it clear that their non-conference success doesn't matter unless they carry over their good performances into Big Ten play. The Hoosiers had a chance to make a statement in their Big Ten opener against 20th-ranked Illinois. Emily Habbel and Nicole Hamilton have more from University Gym.
The Fighting Illini traveled to Bloomington to take on the Hoosiers in Game 1 of back-to-back Big Ten matchups. Fortunately for the Hoosiers, however, the Illini came out on top after the intense matchup. Things looked good for the Hoosiers in the beginning, winning the first of 3 games 25-18. Indiana was down early in Game 2, but fought back, surging to a 7-6 lead and forcing Illinois into a timeout. The Illini came out of the timeout fighting, finally regaining the lead 22-21. The lead bounced back and forth, but in the end it was the Illini who came out on top in Game 2, winning 26-24 and tying the match 1-1 heading into the break. Coming into Game 3, Illinois continued their crushing offensive and went on to capture the game 25-22 and the match 3-1. From the University Gym, I'm Emily Habbel, Hoosier Sports Night.
Now that the Big Ten play has started, IU volleyball head coach Sherry Dunbar knows exactly what it will take to have a winning season.
I think it's more just the mentality of finishing things. It's not like we're not competing with them and playing. And, like I said, we had opportunities to win. It's just finishing off opponents when you have those opportunities.
A Hoosier by choice, Georgia native Mary Shadoin is looking forward to her first season in the Big Ten.
It's really exciting, to play Illinois and Purdue, our biggest rival and everything, and Penn State, the national champion. It's awesome. The Big Ten's the best volleyball conference in the nation, so every game is a fight.
Senior Erica Short has high expectations for her last year as a Hoosier.
Today, we came out and fought, but just being in my senior year, I feel like I need to give more to the team. I know I had a few kills, but that doesn't make a difference. Unless we win the game, then it doesn't even matter. So just as a senior, me and Julie as a seniors, we need to, collaborate and just come together and win.
The Hoosiers lost to the Fighting Illini 3-1, but that's just the start of the Big Ten season for IU volleyball. Their next game was against in-state rivalry Purdue Boilermakers. From the University Gym, I'm Nicole Hamilton, Hoosier Sports Night.
Welcome into the rundown, everybody, as we take a look back at some of the best matchups from last weekend's college football action. Now, with number 1 USC's stunning loss to Oregon State last Thursday, it once again served as a reminder that any given Saturday, upsets can come a-calling. But Northwestern going on the road to Iowa, Notre Dame slowing down Purdue, and Alabama trucking down to Georgia for a blackout game in Athens, that'll be the day. There's Northwestern coach Pat Fitzgerald trying to get his Cats to 5-0 and be 1 win away from bowl eligibility. It wouldn't start off so great, though, as in the second quarter, Sean Green and Green sees Green touchdown Iowa. They'd go up by the score of 10-0 here in the first half. But it would get a little bit better for Northwestern as C.J. Bechet finds Rasheed Ward for a 1-yard touchdown pass. Northwestern's coming back. It's now a 10-17 ball game. And Northwestern wouldn't end there. CJ Bobby Boucher and Mama says, you got to throw a touchdown pass. Another great one, this time to Eric Peterman. Northwestern comes all the way back. They're now 5-0 as they win by the score of 22-17. Jimmy Clausen looking for a bounce-back win for the Irish at Notre Dame Stadium against the Purdue Boilermakers, and it wouldn't start off all that well, as there goes Corey Sheets for a 22-yard touchdown run. Sheets 13 carries, 87 yards, and the touchdown. And things would get a little bit better for the Irish here in the second quarter as Curtis Pater's pass is picked by Robert Blanton, 47-yard interception run, and Big Bob gets silly for the pick six. Touchdown Notre Dame. It's now a 7-7 ball game, and now the Fighting Irish starting to get a little bit excited in Notre Dame. And another pass, Claus into the end zone. Golden Tate, he's feeling good. Crispy and crunchy Golden Tate. That's another touchdown for the Irish, and it's now a 14-14 game. Notre Dame wins 38-21. 92,000 plus back in black for the Blackout, the second one in Georgia's history. It would not start off well as Alabama running back Mark Ingram goes 7 yards for the touchdown run, and the Bama Tide would not stop there. 7-0 in favor of the Crimson Tide. In the second quarter, Glenn Coffey from 3 yards out, that's another touchdown, and all of a sudden, Alabama is up 17-0. I know, man, I can't believe it either. But Georgia would make an attempt, but it wouldn't happen here because John Parker Wilson finds Julio Jones for the touchdown, 30-0, and we haven't even gotten to the third quarter yet. Parker Wilson, 13 of 16, 205, and that touchdown pass. But a nice play here as Prince Miller, game blouses. Prince Miller goes 92 yards all the way, and just like that, Georgia is right back in this ball game with 14 minutes left to go. It's 17-31 Alabama, but they'd have to bring it down at some point, right? Because here's another run. Glenn Coffey, 12 yards out, and Alabama gets it done, stunning the Bulldogs on blackout night. Bama wins 41-30. Some fun matchups to watch out for next weekend will be number 14 Ohio State traveling to Madison to take on the number 18 Wisconsin Badgers. Number 13 Auburn is going to head up to Tennessee to face off against 19 Vanderbilt. But I'm going to get a little crazy on you now, so just watch out for that. Number 2 Alabama will be upset by Kentucky next Saturday in Tuscaloosa. That's right, I said it. Should be another dandy week of college football, and we got it covered for you. I'm Ben Heisler, and this was The Rundown.
The Indiana men's golf team traveled to Louisville to take part in the Cardinal Intercollegiate this past week and finished in 5th place with a total score of 16 under par. Alex Martin led the way for the Hoosiers by tying for 7th place overall. The women's golf team invaded Badger Country over the weekend to take part in the Badger Invitational and left with a 6th place finish. Anita Gayer plays tied for 5th overall with a score of 4 over par. Well, it was a week full of losses for Indiana sports, but hopefully they'll be able to turn around next week.
That's all for this edition of Hoosier Sports Night. For Josh Greenberg, I'm Nicole Hamilton.